Okay, people.
It's go time.
The second stage for the winners bracket. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be an interesting one. Hardcore rules matches, and here first is Reptile. The person that pretty much won the first set.
The following contest is a second stage matchup to determine who will progress in the winners bracket.
1 moment.
Introducing first, from Zatara, weighing in at 198 pounds, Reptile!
Okay, JSR has temporarily left the commentary booth for whatever reason, but okay. Anyway, people, here is Reptile, and he'll be looking to continue his good momentum in the tournament. Remember that whoever loses this will go on to face Zoloark in the losers bracket. Zoloark, of course, lost to Miss Motone. That puts him into the losers bracket. And the loser of this will have to take on Zoloark in the losers bracket, with the risk of elimination hanging right over their skulls. Here comes Jack!
And introducing his opponent, from London, England, weighing in at 237 pounds, Jack Stanbridge!
Jack Stanbridge coming off of his victory over Vince Ford. He'll be looking to continue his good fortune. Jack will be looking to continue his good fortune, but he'll have a hell of a task here against Reptile. Of course, Reptile, he is actually one of the favourites in the tournament. Of course, Broly being the bookie's favourite. I'm wondering why JSR has left. Well, anyway, people, hardcore rules. So, break a bone, I guess. See now, Domini with the chair in hand, and look, kaboom! Nicely done there by Reptile. And now, Reptile there with the backhand. Keeps that pimp hand strong. Up in a chair taken from him. DDT onto the chair. See now, look out. Oh! Taken there. Oh! And now chair being traded, but well evaded there by Reptile, but he doesn't follow up. Oh, and he gets smashed. Nicely done. Now try. Oh, I taken down him. Shot there with that ring bell. Jack Stanbridge now got Reptile by the throat. Upsy daisy. Nicely done there. And now driving the knees into the arm, and alright, now Reptile taking a thrashing, but still going to put up the fight. JSR has now rejoined me in the commentary booth. So what was that about?
Oh, nothing to do with CXWI. It's a 4-chord break one.
Ah, right,
So-
then. Fair enough. Well, right now, Reptile. Jesus Christ, bring your headset down a bit. JSR is actually using a new headset.
A temporary new headset.
Yeah. So if you're wondering if he sounds too quiet or sounds like he's talking over a cell phone, that's probably why.
Yeah.
Taken from him there. And... oh, over the head of Jack Stanbridge.
I think he's seen red.
He certainly is seeing red. Someone's broken the jar of tomato sauce. And right now, Reptile smelling the blood and sensing that the prey might be near his end, but don't count Jack out.
Because all he needs to do is catch up.
Really?
Come on.
Really?
Come on.
That was even worse than the comment I made on the last show. Well, anyway, as of course I've already mentioned, because of Zoloark's loss to Miss Moto, the loser of this match will take on Zoloark in a loser's bracket. And tries to swing him with the table. And really, I think that's a match that both of these two want to avoid. Nice shot there. And that's, oh my word. Ouch. Oh!
Put on a bit of pressure to Reptile now.
Certainly is. That's why I said don't count Jack out. He's bled before. Hell, he's bled more than most other superstars. You remember the Hell in a Cell match he had with the Arbiter. Jack pretty much was bleeding all over the place. That was all part of the Arbiter's rage at the time.
What is he thinking?
Wait, oh, countered.
He got countered what he was thinking. You got to consider Reptile to be more deadly than Jack Stanbridge.
Of course you would.
Something like this.
A sleeper hold applied. Right now, Reptile. Of course, as I said earlier, he is one of the favourites in the tournament, considering the fact that he won. Oh!
That's why he's one of the favourites.
Jack goes through the table. You know, I mentioned it. I mean, he won outright the first set. Spinebuster! And Reptile only looks to continue that momentum. Check this out. Snake bite. And that could spell the end for Jack Stanbridge.
Is
and
he
now,
going for it?
Going for the roll up.
Hey!
Oh, wait a minute! Zoloark! Zoloark! And now, Zoloark going after Reptile! Oh my word! Well, Jack! He's been laid out too, and now... oh, that steel chair on, it's hardcore rules, so really... the ref can't do anything about this! Oh, and he just clobbered Jack! Oh, Jack getting back up, and he just gets tossed to the outside! Oh, God! Belly to belly. And now, oh God, Zoloark!
Boom.
Nightmare! Oh God. And that, oh!
Using the sliver against the Reptile. Don't know why I say it like that, but...
oh, using his own move there! Using Reptile's own move! And Zoloark, he departs, leaving Reptile laid out! Jack's now got back to his feet! And now, well, Jack isn't really going to have much of a choice here! The match has to go on! And Jack, oh wait a minute! Reptile! Reptile's still fighting!
the match continues.
Reptile still putting a fight on! And following that attack... Oh! Oh, Jack ducks that clothesline!
2, 3.
Jack picks up the win!
Here is your winner, Jack Stanbridge!
Well, Jack continues in the winner's bracket. Reptile goes into the loser's bracket, and once again I elaborate, he'll be taking on Zoloark. So those two will face each other in the loser's bracket, with the loser of that being eliminated.
You know who I want to win that one?
Yeah. Well, Jack progresses in the winner's bracket. And now these two will be looking to do the same thing.
This next second stage matchup set for one fall will determine who will progress in the winner's bracket. Introducing first, from the cerulean caves of the Kanto region, weighing in at 330 pounds, Mewtwo!
It's gonna be good.
This one here, two former comrades. Of course, we once again go back to the days of the Horsemen. Of course, Mewtwo and Arbiter were both members. But of course, this is a very different circumstance.
Yeah.
Of course, for Arbiter, a chance to try and get another shot at the world title. That's pretty big.
And introducing his opponent, from the state of Valam Sangalios, weighing in at 347 pounds, the Arbiter!
Well, you gotta consider this, the Arbiter's definitely gonna be one of the favourites if
Well,
he beats Mewtwo.
Of course, following the recent attack made by the Dark Society onto Arbiter, gotta wonder if Arbiter's gonna have eyes in the back of his head.
Question is, will Mewtwo help him? Well, if that happens.
Well, we'll find out when it happens. If it happens. Should it happen? Could it happen? Answer those.
If it happens, put your money on Mewtwo helping.
Well, okay, people, remember all these matches are contested under hardcore rules, and you're going to be in action next against Sebulba.
Stare down.
And the two of them lock up. Of course, I know monumentally, I said that in a weird way, but there was a great amount of respect between Mewtwo and the Arbiter. You know, once again, it goes to the simple fact, but, you know, it's a competition really between Arbiter and Austin Yu has as to who is the most respected member of the roster. I mean, Austin, he's led so many revolutions against so many different groups of people. I mean, he led it against the Order, he led it against SMCS when he was COO, and of course he led the Unholy Alliance revolution against the Cabinet. And Arbiter there gets jacked over the head. And the Arbiter's bleeding.
Uh-oh.
What?
The Arbiter's bleeding.
See now? Uh-oh. Boom! That's a solid clothesline.
That's why I said uh-oh. You know what the Arbiter's like when he starts bleeding.
You know, it's one of those weird things I remembered from, of course you remember the interview that Arbiter recently did with Scott McShannon. Arbiter talked about the Dark Society, and he talked about a particular event that happened at the Aftermath where he attacked Uriah Blaze. And Arbiter simply talked about that, you know, the Dark Society, as Mewtwo pulls a roll up, the Dark Society want to try and bring out that darker side of the Arbiter, a side that Fell himself admits he does not ever want to go back to. And what he did to Uriah was only a reminder of what he's capable of.